Eagles fans? You're now locked into the Think Eagles YouTube channel with Pablo Gary, the #1 Eagles fan from Maryland.
Kick it and go. Kick it and go. With a stiff arm, spin move, in zone, go. From sideline to touchdown, I put on a show. Kick it and go. I had to kick off and go. Kick it and go. I had to kick off and go. With a stiff arm, spin move, in zone, go.
Let's go. Eagles on 3, 1, 2, 3.
There you go. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles! What is going on, Eagles Nation? Welcome back to the channel. We're talking about day one of the Philadelphia Eagles training camp. It is officially football season. Day one is in the books, and outside of Cooper DeJean, nobody else is injured, which is a great thing. Today, we're going to be taking a look at Jalen Hurts' press conference video. I started to look at it a little bit. I just couldn't help but to notice the very first question out the gate. One of the reporters basically asked Jalen Hurts about his relationship with head coach Nick Sirianni. And to me, it's just like, I don't know, man. I think like Jeff Lurie has to like investigate his beat writers, man. He has to, if I'm Jeff Lurie and I have a multi-billion-dollar business and I have a player that I'm hoping to, render me the best kind of service for my brand that I possibly can. I don't know if, him answering a potential team dividing question right out the gate is something that I would want, right? And I get it. This is the big leagues. This is the NFL. These guys, they're supposed to be able to, I don't want to say like just kind of take whatever the media does to them. It's the NFL. So I get it. But I don't know, man. Just as a fan, it kind of rubs me the wrong way that, and this has been going on for years. This is not like anything new, right? So for me, it's just like, I don't know, man. I think, moving forward, I think Jeffrey Lurie, he has to do a audit in the Philadelphia beat writer circle, man, because these guys, they're not asking questions that, to me, all the time push the team forward. And I think that's the sign of a great writer. Can you call somebody to think without causing confusion? That's an easy question. Like, hey, there was a report that came out that you and Nick Sirianni had beef. Could you elaborate on that? And I love how Jalen Hurts answers it. We'll get into it. He just shuts it down immediately. But it was something that I wanted to bring to you all, to let you guys know what I'm thinking. Yeah, so let's get right into it, man. This is why you need a guy like Jalen Hurts to deflect and just shut down all the nonsense and sort of one-track mind and sort of keep this thing going.
Be back.
Jalen, there was a report that came out that you're in Nick's relationship.
Let me say this first.
I love how Jalen Hurts handled this. Jalen's reporters like, yeah, Jalen, there's a report that you and Nick relationship. Jalen hit the 80s, 90s response. Yeah, let me. Like when somebody starts it off, let me, like basically that translates into all of that gibberish you're talking about, like cut that, like cancel it. I don't even want to hear it. Like let me tell you something, man. Let's just go ahead and I see how you're trying to guide the boat, but we're gonna go over here. I love the response, man, of Jalen Hurts. And again, man, is one of the reasons why he's so respected, not only in Philadelphia, but across the NFL.
Go through all season. We put a lot of work in. I think all the things that we've been through last year, all the opportunity we had last year, I know everybody's hungry. Everybody's hungry. There's a ton of opportunity in front of us this year. And I'm excited to be back. Excited to go through this journey and go through this season with everyone here. From everyone. And I truly trust Mr. Lurie. I trust Howie. I trust Coach Sirianni to lead us.
Does that answer your question, Mr. Reporter? I trust everybody here. Last year was last year. We're trying to move forward. As fans, it's like I say, man, we want everybody to get better. I think we need to start including beat writers and all of these reporters, and it's always these guys who've never done it that have like craziest questions. It's always the guys that have never laced up a cleat in their life. You've never went to Adidas. You've never been to Dick's Sporting Goods. It's always those guys that have never done nothing that have the craziest questions.
In that right direction. And I know there are different roles in place. Everybody has different responsibilities. There may be more demands from some than others. But I think to win championships, to be the team we want to be, everyone has to buy into their role, and everyone has to, really be fully committed to doing their part and helping the team. And so I'm excited to go on that journey. I feel like for me as a player, as a leader, everything that we went through last year, I just feel like I'm equipped to handle whatever's to come. And so I'm excited to, forge whatever this year is supposed to be.
How did last year test your there was no report that it was more progress? You feel like you're in a pretty good place?
Yeah, I think we're in a great place. I think anytime you have any frustration, anytime you have any adversity that you have to overcome, it's supposed to test you. And I think it's a matter of being on the same page. And I think if we were on the same page, we maybe would have accomplished the things we would have. And we didn't, but that's a learning experience. And I think it's as simple as if I made it happen, I can make it happen. And this team has made it happen before, and there's no doubt that we can make it happen again. But it takes what it takes, and it takes being together. And my message to the team after we did our conditioning test, and even after our first day of practice, in which I thought was a good day of practice. But talent. I've been on very talented teams. My pretty much my whole career, I played around talent, and talent wins you games. It'll take you very far, but it don't last. Teams is what win championships.
Bars. I must say, talent doesn't last, but teams is what wins you championships. That right there is why I freaking love Jalen Hurts. That's why. Because to even have that track of thinking, you got to eliminate your personal ego, right? Because if you think that it's all about you, in your mind, conceptually, you're not even considering the team thing, right? So, wow.
That's what we're trying to do, trying to take that next step. And so it'll be an exciting journey. I think it was a great first day, just starting out here, getting the juices flowing. Humid out here today, but it was good having the fans out there, and just being able to write a new journey for us.
Write that, reporter. Huh? Like, can you hear him? Like, you said, this is what we're going to write. I know what you want to write. I know you want to start the season off writing negativity, but this is what we're about to write.
Everyone has a different opinion on that statement, but everybody's not the quarterback. So for me and my job and what I'm asked to do, I can see those differences from my vantage point. And I've spent a lot of time with that. Spent a lot of times with that and with the receivers and tight ends, and just really trying to make it my own, like I said. So I think that's been a process. It's been a really good process, and it's about striving for that consistency and building that field we want. I think it can help. I think it comes down to execution, regardless of what we're asked to do. But over the course of my career so far, I do see the importance of being able to, switch things up, adjust, give a different taste, a different initial feel for things, in motions, formations, and using different players in different spots. So, we'll see what comes with that this year for us. But it's just a matter for us and me taking a day at a time, and everybody buying in and doing their job, and pressing forward with a good intent. I'm sorry?
Do you anticipate getting rest?
I'm not sure. It's above my jurisdiction. I really haven't.
Hey, yo, Jalen Hurts is a funny dude. That must said, I'm not sure. It's above my jurisdiction. That's Jalen, you snake in the basket. We say it's above me now. Jalen said that's above my jurisdiction. The next person that asks me something I have no control of, I'm gonna tell that person it's above my jurisdiction.
I think it changes with the weather. Everything is about results. So, we'll see.
In the relationship with the head coach who's more involved with offense is different. As Sirianni had different roles in the offense before. How is managing that relationship with a head coach who's more step back, and how do you manage that going forward?
It's fine. It's talking on the things that we need to talk about together. And when it comes to Kellen, I talk to the things I need to talk about with him. But think you guys have known me well enough and have gotten a feel for me better enough to know that anything and everything that I do is for the betterment of the team, and that's trying to win. And so I think if everybody has that mentality within their role, then we'll be fine.
Alan, Lane Johnson said that you, in terms of leadership, organized a couple things outside of the building. Could you give a little more detail on that and what compelled you to take on more of that role?
Well, I think it ain't more or less. It's just, you guys see what I allow you to see. So I ain't really changed in terms of who I am.
Jalen going off. Jalen, he going off. That man said, see, the issue is this. You guys think because you're sitting right here in front of me and you get to ask these questions that you think that you can see something that you can't. You only can see what I allow you to see. Oh, man, I love it. Oh, I stinking love it. Jalen Hurts ain't come to play this season. He ain't come to play with these beat writers, man. I'm just telling you right now, he ain't come to play. He said, you only see what I allow you to see. He said, clean those glasses off because you think you're seeing something that you're not. You think you know ball and you don't.
It was fun. It was fun. It was fun and it kind of happened that way naturally. But I think back on last year when we're going to the wild card game and I don't have AJ. I don't have the guys that that I've been playing with all year. So being able to build a connection out the gate, I didn't have that with Julio like I wanted. I didn't have that with Zacchaeus like I may have wanted last year. So going into this year, knowing that we have youth in the receiving room and whatever happens, that I know that I've forged a relationship with them already. So if it comes up, we got some type of foundation to lean on. So that was my thought process with that, and I think it was really good. I got a lot of confidence in those guys. Johnny, a lot of talent there. Nias, Houston kid, a lot of talent there as well. I played with his brother, and then obviously AJ, Smitty, and Dallas, Saquon, and Paris. All those guys stepping up. Ship, same.
So are you ever surprised by what you say? The way, surprised and disappointed by what you say, the way it's interpreted once it gets out there, or it doesn't bother you at all?
There's no frustration with it. It's I said, some people don't know what they don't know, and I think that's often the case, and I can live with that.
You've spoken to us a lot. Jason Kelsey retired. How does that change your responsibilities as a line of scrimmage, diagnosing where pressure's coming from, protection, and things like that?
Yeah, over the years, it's been something that I've wanted to do, but I feel like it hasn't. You have Jason Kelsey, it's like just let him do it, And so I never really had the opportunity to do those things, but I think the opportunity has come. And I think it's a collaborative thing with myself and Cam, and we just have to build that relationship. He knows I have a lot of confidence in him to do the job and be the player he is. I mean, he stepped up for us in big moments. He played hard for us last year, and he's been ready. He's ready to lead that O-line room, and I know those guys are going to lean on him.
You spoke Kelsey, but was that the best last year that ever hit as far as?
It's been very good, but I think it comes from stout, and how valuable he is for Kelsey, myself, and how much he means to Stout. How much Stout means to Kelsey. I like to forge that type of relationship with Coach Stout because I know how smart he is, and I love to just be fed from him.
You've spoken a lot about the changes in coordinator systems, play callers during these last 8-9 years of your life. What have you learned from those experiences as far as the quarterback's voice and what you like, what you don't, and how that offense should function?
Yeah, I think when you in that area, when you don't have the continuity that you don't have the continuity. It's been 10 different play callers at some point over the past 8 years for me. And when you don't have that, it's kind of tough to learn how to talk to someone, how to communicate, how are they receptive, how are we growing to get to the same page. But I'm looking forward to that, and I've enjoyed that process with Coach Kellen. I've enjoyed every bit of it, just talking and how he sees the game. His trust in my judgment and my instincts is very important, and just going out there and playing.
On who you are, several coaches have talked about how hard you are on yourself, and how would you describe that about your personality, how that functions as a quarterback in this team?
Yeah, I think the guy, that gets all the attention and has all of the the pressure in a sense. You gotta be your biggest critic. Nothing really else matters. Nothing else really matters, and it's just about trying to go out there and do your job to your best abilities every day. And I do that with a passion. Express uniquely at times, but I know what's important to this team. I know what's important to this city. Most importantly, I know what's important to me, and all in that is winning. Thanks.
Wow. That's what you want your quarterback to look like. That's what you want your quarterback to sound like. That's how you want your quarterback to lead. I think, like Jalen Hurts said, it's a process, man. I think this is something that we got to trust. It's good to see that Jalen Hurts is rejuvenated. You could tell that he really, not just him, but even A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, all of the guys on offense, like they're really excited about, what Kellen Moore is bringing to Philadelphia as far as his offensive game plan. And you could tell that, he truly respects Kellen Moore's football knowledge, just everything that, he can bring to the Eagles, man. And I think whenever your quarterback is excited, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. So for me, I feel good about Jalen Hurts. I love, again, how he deflected some of those questions, right, that doesn't get the Philadelphia Eagles to where we're trying to, get, obviously, at the end of this year, and how he just sort of kept everything straight, right? Just keep it straight, man. Sometimes you just don't need to feed into the negativity. That's why I love what Jalen Hurts is all about, right? Just block all of that out, right? And just focus on what you can control, man. So for me as a fan, I am pleased. I'm excited. Again, nobody injured. Nobody was hurt or anything like that outside of Cooper DeJean. He's healing up well. So I like the vision of where the Eagles are. I think right now it sounds like everybody understands their role. They know what their job description is, and everybody is going to stick to it. So, and I think that's what's going to help the Philadelphia Eagles in the long run. Just do your job, stick to your script. And I love that Nick Sirianni seems receptive to his new position, and Jalen Hurts seems receptive to his new position and, additional tasks and, things that he may have to do to up his game, right? Learning how to build those relationships with guys that you may have to, that may become your starters if a guy goes down, learning how to properly communicate with your offensive coordinator, right? All of these things, right, that the Eagles didn't have last year, man, is good to see. Like, the Eagles put some work in this offseason. It wasn't just all about the draft. It wasn't just all about, bringing in Saquon Barkley. You could tell, like, the Philadelphia Eagles actually looked themselves in the mirror and said, how can we get better? And it seems like we've gotten better in every single category. So I'm excited. Thank you guys so much for catching another video. My name is Pablo Gary. This is Think Eagles, and I will catch you guys in the next one. As always, fly, Eagles, fly. Peace.